Jagger. His opponent from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 212 pounds, Mike Fever. Mike Fever. Referee is Tommy Weathers.
Dynamite Bobby Jagger is going up against Fever. Fever in the white trunks. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Austin Idol is...
Tell me this is the only microphone you have out here?
That's the only one we need, sir.
You know, ever since the Idol has come to this area, it has thrown the entire Georgia area, not only the Georgia area, but the entire country into Idol mania. Idol mania is fastly sweeping the country, darling. Fastly sweeping the country. As a matter of fact, I'm getting letters from everybody. I'm getting love letters from thousands of women weekly. I'm getting the hate mail from thousands of men every week. The men are saying, Austin Idol, why are you doing this to us? Why are you wrecking our homes? Why are you tearing our wives away from us? Why are you tearing our fiancés away from us? Why are you tearing our girlfriends away from us? And the women are coming to me and say, Austin, we're going to our beauty parlor this week. We're going to get the most expensive hairdo that we can get. We're going to get manicures. We're going to get pedicures. We're going to look so pretty. So we come to see you. Whatever night it is, we'll be looking our very, very best. And you have to look the best if you want to have one possibility, one chance of getting one sweet, sexy kiss from the sultry lips that I only possess. Look at Bobby Jagger. He's doing this man in, isn't he?
Well, thank you very much. Austin Idol making some comments here. Meanwhile, Dynamite Bobby Jagger's with a rear chin lock on Mr. Fever. Fever in the white trunks, in trouble out there against Jaggers. Jaggers exceptionally powerful, very dangerous man in the ring. Referee checking with Fever to see if he wants to concede.
Well, Sully, I got a telegram from a woman in Macon, Georgia the other day, and she says she owns a beauty shop. And she said, Austin Idol, ever since you made your first appearance on Georgia Championship Wrestling, that my business has not only doubled, has not only tripled, but it has quadrupled. And there's not a single day that goes by that I don't get 30, 40, 50 appointments. Women call me all the time and saying, we've got to get in to get our hair done. We don't care how much it costs. We don't care how long we have to wait in line. We don't care what the circumstances are. We have to get in and make sure that we're going to look pretty to come see the Idol, the heartthrob.
Indeed. More of the modest remarks of Austin Idol. And it is Fever still in trouble in the ring now as Jaggers continues to dominate the situation. A short chopping punch to the side of the jaw.
You know, I'd like to know where some of these so-called stars are at, you know. I signed a contract here that I would wrestle anybody that I thought that was worthy of wrestling on television. Wrestling number 2, the Tony Atlas. What happened to Tony Atlas, by the way? Where is Atlas? I don't see him around here anymore.
No, he had a previous commitment today, otherwise he would have been here.
Yeah, I'm sure he did have a previous commitment with the doctor, seeing about his knee, right? What happened to his leg, Sully?
Well, he does have an injury. There's no question about that.
What is the most devastating hold of all the wrestling?
Well, there are several. I would hesitate to pinpoint just one particular hold.
What hold did Jack Briscoe use to win the world's heavyweight title?
Well, the Eddie Graham figure 4 leg lock.
And what hold did Buddy Rogers use to win the world's heavyweight title?
Well, the figure 4, yes.
And what hold does Eddie Graham and Mike Graham use for about the last 10 years to keep them in the top 10 contention of heavyweight wrestlers?
Obviously, once again, the figure 4, yes, sir.
That's exactly right. That's why the figure 4 leg lock, the Las Vegas leg lock, that Austin Idol uses, and uses better than anybody else, and I don't care what you say, is truly, without a doubt, the most devastating hold in all of wrestling, and I don't care who it is that I get it on. I don't care if it's wrestler number 2. I don't care if it's Tony Atlas. I don't care if it's Dusty Rhodes. I don't care if it's Bruno Sammartino. I don't care if it's Terry Funk. I don't care if it's Dory Funk. I don't care if it's Pat Patterson. I don't care if it's Gorilla Monsoon. I don't care if it's Ole Anderson. I don't care if it's Gene Anderson. I don't care if it's Charlie Lay. I don't care who it is. But when I put that Las Vegas leg lock on whoever it is, there's no possible way that they can get out of that hold. It is impossible. And the only question is if I want to break the leg.
I think you've made your point abundantly clear. It was
there it is right there.
Catching him, Mr. Jaggers hooking his man. A count of 3. Up and over the ring rope. Fergie, of course, who was completely wiped out with that full Nelson. And I want to take a moment to talk to Tony, and very frankly, Tony, I'm surprised that you even tried to wrestle today.
Well, you know, if you sign a contract to wrestle somebody, it that man fought, and my leg is injured. I had a contract to wrestle him, and I'm going to live up to any contract I put my name to. You know, I don't care what they do to me. Austin Idol, I had a match with him. I was supposed to have a match with him, and the dog didn't wrestle me. He sent somebody else to get his whooping. Then after the match, he jumped in and put that figure 4 on my knee. Now, the figure 4 is a hold that I ain't familiar with. I have seen a lot of holds, and I ain't too familiar with the figure 4. But you let me tell you something. I'm on a train. I'm going to train like I never trained before, and I'm going to find a way to get out that figure 4 because I got a family and everything to take care of, and I can't afford to get myself hurt and watch my wife and daughter go hungry. So you let me tell you something, Austin Idol. The time's going to come where your knee going to be bandaged up, where your neck going to be bandaged up, your arm going to be bandaged up. And if I don't do it, my name ain't what it is because Austin Idol, I'm getting tired of people coming here to this area trying to hurt me, trying to put me out of professional wrestling. This is my living. This took me out of the ghettos, brother. When I used to get up every morning and watch my mother put cowboy in her shoes just to go out and work split shift to give me something to eat. She had 9 kids that didn't have no man in the house to take care of neither one of us. So at the age of 12, I had to become a man, and by God, I've been a man ever since. And I'll tell you something, Outsider. If you want to jump on somebody, if you want a man to fight, you got a 6'2", 250-pound brick out that will whoop you and tell you as black as he is. Because I am not no play call. I don't, you and Sterling Gordon, Ernie Ladd, the whole Healy family, Cox, everybody. You let me tell you something, they heard this and very good. I'm here to stay, brother. I love Georgia, and ain't nobody going to run me out. Figure 4 or no figure 4.
Talking about that figure 4, I'll tell you something I want you to watch where Austin Idol gained all of his knowledge from the former world heavyweight champion Buddy Rogers. And let's take a look at this, Tony. Well, thank you very much, Charlie Platt. I hear some great things are going on in the great state of Alabama and Southeastern Championship Wrestling, and I understand you're doing an outstanding job, too, and we're certainly very proud of you. Right now I have with me the only man in the history of professional wrestling ever to hold the NWA World Heavyweight Championship and the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship, Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. He's also the man who developed the figure 4 leg grapevine and the atomic knee drop. And Buddy, obviously, the figure 4 leg grapevine has become perhaps one of the most devastating and most successful holds in professional wrestling.
Well, I believe in both of them because I invented that hold, and it's been very good to me. But if you look back through the history of it, by golly, Jack Briscoe used it and became champion, and Eddie Graham was a superb wrestler. He used it. His son, Mike Graham, used it. There's many other wrestlers have used it, and every one have been very, very successful. But I would like to say this. Austin Idol, who I've worked out with and is in superior shape, and I do believe stands to be the next world champion if he gets that chance, does know this hold and knows it thoroughly. And I do know that if he puts it on someone, he will get the job done.
I'll tell you what, I wonder, Buddy, there are a lot of people who aren't familiar with seeing the hold. They've seen it applied upon occasion, but I don't think they've ever seen it applied in, if you will, slow motion and working through it. All right, Buddy Rogers is going to demonstrate now. He has Buzz Sawyer and Don Serrano in the ring. Now, mind you, they're going to be going at about 1/4 speed. Now, notice he places the foot in between the two, crosses the leg over. Sawyer then comes down on his back. Now, clamps over, and even without trying to put any pressure on, you could see the pain cross the face of Don Serrano, because once that is, you have 4 points of pressure. 4 points of pressure on the 2 ankles and the 2 knees, and consequently...
It's this kneecap right here where the leg runs across. That's where the main pressure is.
Now, as you heard Buddy Rogers say, the main pressure is on the 1 kneecap, but there are 4 points, and obviously an extremely dangerous situation. Separating them now once again, but there you have it. Nature Boy Buddy Rogers demonstrating exactly how the figure 4 is placed on an opponent. It has brought him many titles in the past, and as he said, and I'd like to get him to reiterate that comment if you will, but you do feel that this man Austin Idol has that...
Austin Idol, without a doubt, should be the next champion, and I do know one thing. He knows this hold thoroughly.
There you have it from the master. No question about that. He is off the wall. Overhooking on those arms or into the turnbuckle, and the referee calls for the break. Cox catching him on the break, catches him in the back of the head. Catches him again. Now it's Brazil firing back, but having little effect. Cox underhooks the arms now, double underhook. And Brazil is down. Brazil trying to battle his way out. Referee calling for the break. They're on the ropes. Notice the way Cox keeps his man tied up, now hooks him. Partial Nelson on the neck and hooks the leg. Now, side chancery. And it's Cox keeping that side chancery. Cox maintains tremendous pressure on his opponents at all times. Again, Cox with a takedown. And so Cox keeps his man in prison, keeps him on the mat, keeps wearing him down. Reverse Nelson, well applied. Brazil trying to power his way out. And so Brazil has to have the breathing system has to be grossly impaired by now. No, sir. Drop those shoulders off. Okay, back up into those ropes now. Referee calling for the break. Cox catching him on the break. Cox catching him again. Cox continues to pummel his man. More and more punishment. Now Brazil fires back to little or no avail. Cox has him up against those ropes. Now Cox brings him up. Tries to set him, had him in the brain buster. It's all over. Hart brings him up again for a body slam, but it was Allen maintaining the hold, not relinquishing. Into the far turnbuckle now, the referee. Reversal now by Allen. Well done. And that time, Hart tried to reverse, but Allen drove his shoulder in. Allen brought him up a full power slam. Hart powers out. Allen moves in on him again. Caught him that time. Hart in trouble now. Allen tried to go for the abdominal stretch, but Hart caught him inside. Good move. Good move.